Howdy folks, I'm the Psychic Pineapple, and Pokemon Moon with only one Misdreavus was pretty fun. So today I decided to see, can I beat Pokemon Black 2 with only one Emolga? Starting out with the rules, I can only use Emolga in battle. I will need other Pokemon for HMs, but they'll either be fainted or in the box. There are also 2 required rotation battles in the game that I'll need to catch Pokemon for. I can't use items in battle, but out of battle and held items are perfectly fine. I can't glitch the game. I start out by replacing Snivy with Emolga using the Pokemon Randomizer and also switching on the fastest tech speed. I pick Emolga and name her Pandoria. I then beat up Hugh, and Bianca teaches me how to catch Pokemon. So I haven't played Gen 5 in a very long time. I'm a bit more familiar with Black 2 since it was the first Pokemon game I owned. Something I've heard that makes me a little bit worried later on is that gaining XP is a lot harder in the Gen 5 games, so grinding will take extra long. I find a Team Plasma Grunt looking cooler than they usually do. They throw TM21 at me out of frustration and then run away. And now that I think about it, I never actually checked Pandoria's nature, so let's do that. Her nature is quiet, so that's plus special attack and minus speed. Her characteristics suggest that her highest IV is in special attack. Anywho, let's cut to the next major event, which turns out to be Cheren in his normal gym. This early on, taking a stab tackle can hurt. I would know, cause Pandoria died to Cheren's Lillipup. I return back at level 15 and kick Cheren in the butt, and he gives me the TM for workup. A hiker stops me from continuing on, so I stop his Riolu's heart. At this point, I finally remembered to turn off battle animations, and then I head on over to the Burbank City gym. I try to make sure to fight all the trainers in her gym so I can get more experience, but I lose to the first one due to a disabling Thundershock and poisoning me. Instead, I think I'll train against the workers down in the complex, where I, again, learn why I don't like encounter rates in the older games. Jeez, there's so many encounters here. I just want to get on to the next trainer, guys. I go up and rematch the drummer, and this time, I win, while I run back to the Pokemon Center to heal back up. When fighting Billy Joe, I replace Charge with Double Team, and I think level 19 seems like a good level to fight Roxie at. Though I probably should have looked up what level her team is before, but I didn't, so we're going into this blind. Now I abused Double Team and spam Thundershock here. Whirlipede was a bit more dragged out than the other ones because it knew Protect, and Roxie had a Super Potion. But I still win, and I leave, and get invited to Pokestar Studios. I make a short movie and then head off to Castelia City, where I get stopped by a Team Plasma Grunt who asks,
"Think you can take me?"
A lady I just met takes me to a sewer, and after beating up a pirate, I head to a place full of weird people who like bugs. I beat 2 trainers with barely any HP and then head on up to Burgh. In this fight, I start with 6 double teams to max my evasion. It goes pretty good until Dwebble lands a few hits and Levani kills with a Razor Leaf. I'm gonna level up a tad bit in the sewers. I hope nobody minds all the dead Zubats down there. Pandoria did kill a lot of them. I head back for round 2 with Pandoria around level 26, but I die to a Dwebble who crits on Smackdown. But I want to see if I can win at this level, so I head straight back. I kind of feel like picking Electro Ball was kind of a poor choice, but due to static going off and Pandy critting on Electro Ball, Levani goes down and Burgh is defeated. Colress tells me he wants me to meet him on Route 4, and I take out a Pokemon breeder who stops you every time you pass, which is nice. But Colress wants to fight and Magnemite paralyzes Pandy. I go down to being slower and Magnemite resisting all my attacks. This time, Magnemite doesn't use Thunder Wave, making Pandoria's Electro Ball hit like a truck. After this, I move on towards Nimbasa, but someone decides the teenager is better at managing a mall than he is, so he has me choose a phrase. So I select the best phrase.
"You're done?"
After that, I continue on into Nimbasa City. I pause for a few minutes to just take in the music here. I go over a bit and find this dude named Nate, and we beat up some subway bosses, but Pandy goes down, but Nate's Suat is still alive, and we end up winning. I head on over to the former gym, and I ride the roller coaster, and then I'm told I'm too late, and Elesa already went back to the gym. I'm told ground moves don't work on this Pokemon called Emolga. I've never heard of it. Pandy reaches level 30, and I replace Pursuit with Acrobatics. If I looked it up correctly, it should have a base power of 110 without an item. And it's also a flying attack, meaning it's going to be Stab for Pandy. It's probably going to be one of her best attacks in the game. Even with the electric types resisting, Pandy's Acrobatics packs so much of a punch it OHKOs all of the trainers in her gym. I guess it's time to fight Elesa. She opens up with an Emolga, and with me being dumb, I have Pandy use Acrobatics instead of Electro Ball, because I forgot Electric is neutral on Emolga. I go in for a rematch before resorting to level grinding, and this time I remember to start with Double Team, hoping it would work, but Ellis' team doesn't even miss on their Volt Switches hit hard. I was able to kill the Emolga because it got paralyzed, but even then it was tougher than me. I return back at level 35, which might be a bit overkill, but we'll find out. Electro Ball still doesn't do enough damage against Emolga, and it gets off a Volt Switch. I'm somehow able to take out her Flaffy, but it paralyzes me. Next up would be Zebstrika. I can almost kill it, but due to the paralysis, Pandy goes down to some really powerful Volt Switches. Seems it wasn't enough, so I return at level 40. This time I use my double teams against Emolga. Hers gets paralyzed by static, but even then it still gets off a Volt Switch. I kill Flaffy, and I still end up getting paralyzed, but it doesn't matter because I nuke her Emolga with Electro Vault and then kill Zebstrika in 2 acrobatics. Elesa gives me Volt Switch, and I teach it to Pandy. I then head on in a direction and meet a Heartbreaker. His name? Charles. I have to beat him to move forward, so I catch a Liepard and a Minccino. Charles sends out a team that's all weak to electric though. I beat him into the ground and I head into Driftville where Hugh tackles with the Plasma Grunt. I talk to some ex-members and then I go to a mine with a fancy lobby. I make my way through the mine until I find out I have a Zoroark in my party. I really should pay more attention to text boxes. I have it taunt until it dies and then deposit it. Now on for Leader Clay. I was not prepared for Excadrill. It knows Rock Slide and it kills Pandoria really fast. And then when I went to go save my game, it crashes on me. I've lost all my progress to look right up before I beat Elesa. So let's skip on ahead to when I'm back. Now did I over-level a bit? Probably. Is 50 overkill? Let's find out. I open up with an Acrobatics against Crocodile and Oko it. Next up is Excadrill and it still hits hard with Rock Slide. Pandy goes down, but I believe I can beat Clay if I use Double Team against this Crocodile. I try that, but it uses Torment, so I alternate between Double Team and Acrobatics. But it doesn't matter, because Pandy still dies to a Rock Slide. I return with Pandoria at level 56. I get off 6 Double Teams, and KO the Krokorok with Acrobatics. I hit Excadrill pretty hard, but then it manages to hit Pandy with a crit! Why? 6 Double Teams and a 90 accuracy move. Anyways, I kill it and manage to take down his Sandslash as well. Now I enter Chargestone Cave. Did I need to go there? No. It's been a while since I last played. I just spent so much time there. Was I supposed to go to the PWT? I guess so. When I get there, I discover I need 3 Pokemon again, so I bring back Cannon and Fodder. They just sit in my party. First up is Hugh. His team is all weak to Emolga. Next up is Cheren, and his team is also fairly weak. Needing to be over-leveled for gyms kinda makes your average trainer kind of a joke. Pandoria is twice the level of everyone at the PWT. Now after that, I head on over to the docks and board a ship. We get kicked out for trespassing, and then I head on to Chargestone Cave at the right time, hopefully. Now I catch a Marlon on the way to use Surf and Strength, which are apparently the only necessary HMs in the game. I then head through Chargestone Cave, again, and end up in Mistralton City, where I head on over to the gym to challenge Skyla. If any gym is going to be an easy sweep, it'll be this one. Seriously, looking at her team ahead, it's all going to get nuked by Pandy's Discharge. And oh boy, they were. I honestly don't believe there's going to be a gym easier than this one. Skyla gives me a ride in her plane and takes me to a town. I then go from there to Undella, where Hugh throws a Pokeball at me and demands to battle. He still has only 3 Pokemon, and all of them are weak to Pandy. I then go along the route and reach the next town. This green thing jumps down at me, so I just walk away and enter Opelucid City for Gym 7. And I need 3 Pokemon again, so I come back with Cannon and Fodder and do the rotation battle so they don't actually fight. I head on up to Drayden, and I have Pandy use 6 Double Teams and then spam Acrobatics as I watch Drayden's team fall one by one. Oh no! Terrorism! Some pirates drop down and freeze the city! Drayden had to take care of them though, and then he sends me off somewhere. I take them all over to Humalau City to take on the gym. Now first, I drop off Cannon and Fodder in the PC box and prepare to defeat the Water Leader. I kinda forgot there was a Water Gym in this game. Maybe this will be easier than Skyla. I didn't even use a single double team, though Skyla was still a lot easier. And with that final gym, I have my 8th badge. I head off in a direction, but then I come across another weird creature thing that just needs to be ignored. I nab the Colress machine and head on over to the Seaside Cavern. Marlon, who's the Water Gym leader, breaks into the Plasma Frigate and Hugh and I storm the base. We discover that Kyurem is being kept there and fight a bunch of grunts. In this fight with Zinzalin, Pandoria dies, and Hugh has to win it for us. But it seems he can't handle it and ends up dying as well. In round 2, nobody actually attacks Pandoria and we end up winning. Now they ditch us and we have to make our way to the chasm where we reboard the ship. Now I sit in front of a keypad, guessing passwords, and then when I go to fight Zinzalin, Pandy dies. Now I have to walk all the way back. I beat up Zinzalin, and to insult him even further, I didn't even record the battle. Then I go to a warp area and plot twist, Colress is in Team Plasma. I guess I have to fight him. He beats the crap out of Pandy. And ever since I last grinded to beat Clay, I haven't needed to in a long time, but now I guess I will. I need to do something to beat Colress, might as well be overpowered. Am I crazy? Yes, I am. Do I have too much free time? Absolutely. Did I just grind 5 more levels to try again? You know I did. Did it work? Nope. Am I gonna do it again? You know I will. And Pandy's dead again. It's still not enough. Pandy can't learn any moves that are neutral against Steel Electric types. I'm gonna need to resort to leveling up. Even returning at level 87, Pandy dies fast. I need a way to not get struck by Magneton's Thunder Wave. I'm gonna double team the first round. No, I forgot to hit record when I fought him again, so I reset the game so I could do it. Pandy is level 92 and ready to fight. She still gets paralyzed, but manages to kill Magnezone. The rest of Colress's team is easy to take out. Was level 92 excessive? Probably. I walk outside and enter a cave where I'm greeted by an old man who's trying to murder me. I fight this fusion and kill it really fast. Next up is Getsus. His Cophagrigus toxics me. I gotta kill it before it can use Toxic again. This time I acrobatics it and I'm able to easily sweep. I head on over to Victory Road to prepare to take on the Elite Four. Now, at the end, Hugh challenges me, but he only has 4 Pokemon, and 3 of them are weak to Electric or Flying types. He loses pretty bad, and he hands me the TM for Thunderbolt. Now, I went and looked at the Elite Four teams this time, and I'm not expecting anything that difficult, except for maybe Iris's Aggron. Before I take on the League, I use a PP Max on Thunderbolt, which I replace Discharge with, and a PP up on Acrobatics. First up in the league is Chantal. Her Cophagrigus goes down fast, but I forget Chandelure has Flame Body and Pandy gets pretty burnt. Her Acrobatics will do less damage now because of it. I still win and I head on over to take on Marshall next. There was a 0% chance of Marshall being hard. Next, I decide to take on Caitlyn. Pandy takes out Musharna, but it puts her to sleep. Then Sigilyph comes out and kills Pandy with an Ice Beam. This time, I'm gonna take Marshall on first. Then when he's dead, I'll kill Chantal. Next up would be Grimsley. This fight was so easy, might be due to my high level. Time for my rematch with Caitlyn. I have to one-shot Musharna if I don't want Pandy to go to sleep. She manages to kill both Musharna and Sigilyph. I then two-shot the rest of her team, meaning it's time to face off against Champion Iris. Now Iris starts out pretty weak. Pandoria is able to decimate most of her team without any trouble. Then, Aggron. Aggron is resistant to acrobatics and immune to electric. I use a few acrobatics and decide I'm just gonna quick attack it now that I have 6 double teams out. I kill her with a couple acrobatics after Iris uses a full restore on it. Out next is Haxorus, who if I don't kill, Pandoria will die. I end up taking it out with a Thunderbolting a crit. Haxorus is dead and I completed Pokemon Black 2 with only one Emolga. This was a fun challenge. I like Emolga as a Pokemon and I like going back to my first ever Pokemon game. I probably should do a bit more planning in my runs instead of just going in blind. Now I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to leave a like and comment. If you want to see more Pokemon challenge runs, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.